What a bad, boring, and overall mess of a show this was. I'm Boss Soap86. I'm back to another video, and today I'm reviewing Raw, and yeah, it was typical Raw. So, 3 hours of literally nothing happening. I don't get this show anymore. I really don't. I am over the edge. No, not the 1999 show. We don't talk about the show because that was very, very sad because Owen Hart died. If this show's going to be like this, then WWE is making me lose more and more interest in watching their product. Vince, please go home. Just go home. Please. You don't live that far from your house. And let someone else run the show. Fire Kevin Dunn and fire Bruce Pritchard and fire People Power, Johnny Ace. People Power. Yeah, fire that idiot as well. Because they released 10 people. Well, 4 or 3 of them, I could have cared less. But 6 of them were some of the most gifted talents of all time. And I don't understand why. The show was so obnoxiously boring. Just nothing happened for these 3 hours. Like, I zoned out on most of this episode. Because they never gave me a reason to care. But let me know down in the comments what you thought about this show. Show starts off with McIntyre coming down. He's wanting answers from MVP after him getting assaulted by Mason T-Bar last week. MVP shows up. He said he had nothing to do with it. And Drew, being one of the smartest babyfaces, said, well, Lashley did say whoever did attack me will get a future WWE title match. Therefore, disowning any logic there. And then McIntyre says he's gonna go up to stage and beat up MVP. And then Mason T-Bar heard 2 giants sneak up on McIntyre, who's a big man himself, and they attack him. Okay, that's gonna set up a match later. Kevin Patrick. After Mason T-Bar attacked, McIntyre, Kevin Patrick's backstage, who has the personality of a dead gorilla. God, I wish Charlie was back. I understand why, and she's killing it in ESPN, but I miss Charlie. Kevin, he tries, God bless him, but man, this ain't working. And also, the new commentator, General Adnan Adverk, as I'm going to call him now. Aardvark, there you go. I don't know if he's gonna make it for long. I highly doubt it, but I mean, God bless the new people trying, but it's just not doing it. T-Bar and Mason talk about prehistoric animals. Are we like the Power Rangers talking about saber-toothed tigers? More the pity. And then they show a recap of literally what just happened like 30 seconds ago. So therefore, this show's off to a bad start. Then we get... I swear WWE has this bad habit of doing rematches that we didn't want. We get the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Same match. Literally same match. The Viking Express says... Adnan said, the Viking Experience 1, 2, 3. Okay. Orton backstage, and then Riddle's going on the scooter. He says, RK Bro, which I don't get Riddle. What is Riddle? And then we cut to Ric Flair, or not Ric Flair, gee. It would have been way more endearing than whatever the hell this was going to be. We get a recap of Charlotte coming back, a return no one asked for. Charlotte can literally care less of what she does. Like, she wants to go home. You could tell she wants to go home. Vince, just let her go home. Literally, just let her go home. She has no reason being there. Talk about, I am the opportunity, blah, 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 blah. Well, the only reason you're the opportunity is because you're Ric Flair's nepotism project there, Charlotte. She cuts a bland I swear to God, this was one of the most generic and boring promos I've ever heard. Asuka and Rhea come down. Asuka's trying to say something, but Charlotte's shutting her down like a mother to her own daughter, saying, "You're not letting me talk, honey. Flair, just shut your mouth for 5 seconds and let Asuka talk." She finally does and said, "You're gonna get shut up, bitch." Okay, can't hear you, Asuka. I don't understand you. Gee, racism much there? I mean, Vince is no, stranger to racism. I mean, for God's sakes, he said the N-word whilst walking by Booker T in 2005. Seriously, I don't understand Vince McMahon. And then we get a match between Riddle and Orton. Sleeper Hold City. This was slow. Orton could care less. He's getting paid $1 million. He could care less. He's like Brock Lesnar. When Orton tries, the match is pretty good. When Orton doesn't care, the match is not good. Riddle taking advantage of someone. Again, not the first time. And then keeps putting on the sleeper hold. And then crucifix pin 1, 2, 3. Okay, thanks for coming, Orton. You were just in a pretty damn good, decent 3-way last week to determine the number 1 contender Bobby Lashley to face that WrestleMania Backlash. And then you're losing to Riddle the next week. Hope the money's worth it, Orton. Like he's watching this. Adam Pearce and Sheamus are backstage. Sheamus with the United States title. Pearce says, I want a champion that, has honor to the belt and all that stuff. When has the U.S. title meant honor? I guess since Lashley won it, but then again, since when was the last time the U.S. title meant anything special? I mean, yeah, Apollo Crews won it, but then what else? Like, seriously. He wants Sheamus to do the John Cena Open Challenge that Cena did back in 2015. Okay. Easier said than done. And then backstage, or not backstage, I read a little ahead of my notes. We get Lana and Naomi versus Nia with her superior immune system made Shayna. It's the same stuff over and over again. Why is the women's tag division a thing? There's talents I recognize, but they're being wasted. Shayna has to carry Nia. Seriously, Nia does not need to be there. Seriously. Just send her home. I don't understand. It's like trying to frickin' trying to carry a dead, tranquilized elephant. I'm serious. And elephants have meaning. Nia doesn't. Match goes on for a little bit, and then Mandy and Dana Brooke show up. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke show up, and they do, video footage. The match is still happening, by the way, in case you didn't recognize. They were showing clips of Nia getting embarrassed last week. That makes Nia get off the, go try to go find him, and then Shayna gets hit with the double X Factor and gets pinned 1, 2, 3. I don't understand what the hell is happening. Just get rid of the tag division for the women. I'm serious. It was a good idea first, and then it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's so watered down. WWE has way too many titles, and they need to have a mid-card women's title. Please, just make it a mid-card women's title. And then we get footage of Damian Priest and Bad Bunny at Mania backstage. It's basically to plug Bad Bunny's world tour next year. Okay, whatever. I'm not a fan of Big Bunny's music. Bad Bunny, I'm sorry. Big Chungus, anyways. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Bunny's music, though I absolutely love this match at Mania, and I shouldn't have. Miz and Maurice, it's Miz TV. It's basically the plug-in Miz and Mrs., which is just another stupid reality show. Then Priest comes down, and then he says to Miz, "You're just as delusional as Jake Paul thinking he's a good boxer." That was good. That was really good. That may be one of the best lines of this year, besides Max Caster saying, "Caught me slipping like Joe Biden," and more blood on my hands than Governor Cuomo. I strongly approve that. That was very good. And if you guys know, then you know. And then Maurice, God bless her. This was so scripted. This was so sloppy. Saying that, why don't you have a match against my husband, The Miz? Okay, whatever. I'll talk about that match here in a little bit. New Day and Riddle backstage. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Orton said to Pierce, give me a match with whoever the hell that was backstage when Riddle was talking about it. Again, Orton not caring because he's getting paid. And I don't really blame him for not caring. It's like WCW 2000 where people were just there for a payday. New Day and Riddle, they're talking about silver dollar pancakes. Because why not? Whew. Elias and Riker. Why is Riker is what I put. Why is Riker? Okay. You couldn't take away Riker, but you couldn't release Riker because he literally adds something. Taking any of the political stuff out of the equation, he adds nothing. Zilch. So you can release Samoa Joe. You can release, the Iconics, and you could release Tucker. Of all people, Tucker, but you can't release Jackson Riker. Okay. This does nothing for Elias, by the way, which sucks because I like Elias. And then Woods is playing, I think, Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme, which was cool, I guess. Elias versus Kingston. Elias wins with a elbow drop, okay? Alexa and Lily. I was at this point I was questioning why I was still watching Raw. This is a terrible segment. Terrible storyline. Adds nothing to the character. Zilch to the character. Literally nothing. This is worse than the Annabelle movie. And the Annabelle movie was pretty bad. Though the first 30 minutes were pretty interesting. I like your doll. And then the blood going onto the eye and all that stuff. The rest of the movie was a slugfest. This is somehow worse. I swear to God, the doll looks like something my brother would create in the first grade. That is saying something. I swear, this was so phoned in. I don't get it. She's talking about how Lily has been there the entire time, and the doll is literally photoshopped in the, in the photos of Alexa growing up, and talking about how we're on the playground and all that stuff, and this one girl fell on her ass and broke her arm. Ow. How do you fall on your ass and broke your arm? Explain that logic, WWE. Explain that. She talks about how she wanted her ice cream and she dropped it. The girl dropped it and she ate it. My God. I think the show kind of broke me. What is this I put? And then Nia chases Mandy and Dana away, and then Garza shows up. Not Hector Garza, he's passed away for a few years. Angel Garza. Okay. Drew versus Mason T-Bar. It went for a few minutes and then DQ, and then Braun Strowman comes in. Oh, look at all that beef, pal. Look at all that beef. So now it's a tag match. And then Mason T-Bar get they get unmasked. The deal gets unmasked. Look out! No, I'm kidding. It's not Ryan James Dio. He's sadly passed away for 11 years now. Rock in peace, Ronnie. Rock in peace. Look out! So They get unmasked, and then they win by DQ because Drew was beating the crap out of, I think, Mace with his mask. And it's Donovan Dijakovic or Dominic Dijak, or Donovan Dijak, or whatever the hell he's being called nowadays, and Dio Madden, by the way. You know, you couldn't have had Ali be Drew's tag partner because that would have made too much logical sense. Miz versus Priest. It's literally the same match, copy and paste, but take out Morrison, and Damian Priest won. Bell Clapper then hit the lights. 1, 2, 3. Okay, whatever. Sheamus Open Challenge. Carrillo shows up, and then he gets the piss beat out of him. That was a pretty brutal beating. Brutal beating. That sounds like a bad movie. Sounds like a really weird album name or by a death metal band or whatever. I don't know what I'm on about. And then Carrillo looks great for his shape. He's got a beard, or he's got like a mustache, and he looks jacked. Seriously, I'm guessing they're gonna have a title match next week, which I would not mind, honestly, because they literally have done nothing for Carrillo. Asuka versus Flair. Oh, they put the woman in the main event, but that's because Charlotte's there. Because nepotism. Am I right, folks? Ripley's at ringside. Asuka got sandbagged, maybe a couple times during the match. Charlotte can clearly care less. But Ripley, you know, kind of helps Asuka, and then roll up 1, 2, 3 because Asuka cannot win clean. And then after the match, Jesus Christ. It would have been interesting if Ric Flair was there. Charlotte then beats up the ref, and then later on Raw Talk said that she got suspended and got fined $100,000 by Anna Pearce, and that's your show! Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I have to do this, because this is what this show gets. Hooray! I got stuck on the frickin' camera thing. I have to clean all this up, but honestly, I don't care, because this show kind of broke me. Anyways, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? I'm stuttering over my words, and I don't care. Anyways, thank you guys for enjoying this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Join the herd. I'll talk to you guys next video. Peace out.